I am K. Narsimurthy, working as an assistant professor in the Government First Aid Women's College, Tumkur. I am going to explain one of the experiment in the second semester BSc students prescribed by the Tumkur University, and that experiment is verification of superposition theorem. I will start with the statement of the superposition theorem. It states that in any two linear bilateral network, current or voltage in any part of the network is equal to the algebraic sum of current or voltage produced in that part of the network by each of the source independently. Now I will explain this statement. Suppose if I take that complex network with the 3 resistor and the 2 batteries, and in the first step I am looking at the current or voltage in the one part of the network, that is through R3, and I note down the current that I am calling it as I or V. Next part, I will switch off the battery E2 and I will short circuit it with only battery E1. I will look at the current or voltage in the same part of the network, that is R3. I am calling it as I1 or V1. In the third step, I will connect E2 and I will remove the E1 and I will short circuit this part of the network, and I look at the current which is flowing through the same part of the network, that is R3, and if I do the algebraic sum of these two, the currents which are produced by the batteries independently, that is I1 and I2, and that is equal to the total current across the same branch of the network with both the batteries together. And that is the explanation of the superposition theorem. Now, pass. So this is the complex network which I am talking about. Here the battery, the first battery is E1 and the second battery is E2. Now I will explain the circuit connection. We have a 3 resistor. This one is R1 and this one is R2 and this one is R3. This R1 R2 resistor is of 1 kilo ohm, and this the middle one R3 is of 330 ohm. Now the positive of the 2 batteries are connected. One battery of E1 positive is connected to R1 and E2 positive is connected to R2, and the negative of both the batteries are connected to this middle resistor, that is R3. Okay, so this is the circuit connection. Now in the first step, in the first circuit connection, I will look at the current or voltage in this part of the network, that is across R3. Let us take the voltage of the first battery as 2 volts and voltage of the second battery as 4 volts. So this I am keeping it as 2 volts and the second battery I am keeping it as 4 volts. Okay. With this 2 volts and 4 volts, I am looking at the current which is flowing, voltage I am across the R3, and positive of the terminal I am keeping it here and the negative of the terminal I am keeping it here, and the value of the voltage I am getting is 1.23 volts. This is the multimeter I am using to measure the voltage, and this is kept across the DC voltage. Okay, so if I measure the voltage across this R3, and this is coming out to be 1.24. This is 1.23. With both the batteries across the resistor R3, I am getting the voltage as 1.23. The first part is over, and I am recording it in a manual. So this 1.23 is the voltage across R3 with battery E1 with of 2 volts and battery E2 of 4 volts. Now I will go to the second part. I will remove the battery E1 and I will short circuit this terminal. I have removed the battery E1 and I have short circuited the terminal. Now I am looking exactly at the same voltage across this R3. So positive terminal of the multimeter has to be kept here and the negative has to be kept here, and the voltage across the same part of the network is coming out to be 0.81. So voltage is coming out to be 0.81. This is second part. With only battery E2, E1 is short circuited. In a third part of the, I'll write down this, I'll record this 0.81. Okay. Now, in a third part, I am reconnecting this E1 and I am removing this E2 and short circuiting the terminal. Exactly what I did for E1, I am doing it for E2 now. Now E2 is removed and short circuited. We have an only battery E1 and I am looking at the voltage across the same branch of the network, that is R3, and it is coming out to be 0.41. Okay, I will record this 0.41. I will take the algebraic sum of these two voltages. This is 1.22. If I do the algebraic sum of the voltages, I am getting 1.22. If I take the voltage across the same branch with both the batteries together, I am getting 1.23. So they are exactly matching each other. This verifies the superposition theorem. We can do it for the current as well. We can just calculate the current by knowing the R3 value. V1 we know, V2 we know, we can calculate I1 and we can calculate I2 also. We can calculate I also by just knowing the R3. If this we can verify with the current also. For note down the I1, calculate I1 and calculate I2 and take the algebraic sum of I1 and I2, and this will be exactly equal to the current with both the batteries together, that is I. So with current also we can verify the superposition theorem. With voltage also we can verify the superposition theorem. So this is the one trial I am showing it to you. You can take 4-5 trials by just varying the batteries E1 and E2. Second trial, E1 is kept for 4 volts and E2 is for 6 volts. Third trial, E1 is for 6 volts and E2 is for 8 volts. The fourth trial, E1 is for 8 volts and E2 is for 10 volts. Take some 4-5 trials and verify the superposition theorem in each trial. So this verifies the superposition theorem experimentally. Thank you very much.